First, we're going to start off with the white base. I'm using Mayron Paradise Aqua Makeup. So this is cake makeup. It's activated with water. What I really like about this is that it sets itself, so you don't have to worry about setting it with the powder like you would do with a cream makeup. I'm using a MAC 190 brush. This is great for cream or liquid makeup, and it's a bigger brush, so it's going to cover more area of the face, and it's going to be a lot quicker than using a smaller brush. As I'm applying the white base, I'm making sure that I'm avoiding the eye area and the nose area because we're going to be applying the black color onto this. So we don't want to mix it and then it turns gray. We want this to be very black and solid. So next I'm going to be doing the eyes. I'm going to be applying a base first for the eyeshadow to adhere to. This is MAC Paint Pot in Imaginary. I'm applying this with a MAC 247 brush. Next, I'm going to be contouring the face to give it a little bit more dimension. I'm using some MAC eyeshadows, some blue colors in Freshwater, Deep Truth, and Atlantic Blue. When you're contouring, you want to apply it to the hairline, to your cheekbone, and to your jawline. I don't want this to be a floating head. I want it to fade into the neck. So we're going to be blending that downward with a MAC 168 brush. Most Day of the Dead makeup you see, the eyes are blacked out completely. I like to go with a more feminine and sexier look. Instead of blacking it out, I like to add color and dimension with eyeshadows. I'm using Moon's Reflection with Crystal Avalanche pressed on top for an added highlight. To fill in the nose, I'm using the black from the Blend Set palette, making sure to fill in the nostrils and creases. The spiderweb forehead detail requires a steady hand. Start with a line straight down the middle. Next, draw on the outer lines. Add the in-between lines to maintain a symmetrical look. Next is the part that can get difficult. I like to find features of the subject's face that I can align the filigree to. I use the corners of the mouth, corners of the nose, earlobes, and eyes. For the mouth, as with the spider web, draw the main guidelines from the center of the Cupid's bow. From there, fill in to maintain symmetry, looking back and forth. Make sure to put black on the inside of the lip so that you don't see any red showing. Just like the spider web and the mouth, the chin flower requires you to find the center of the face. After that, it's just having a steady hand. You can customize the cheek design however you like, as long as you can match it on the other side. I do the eye petals one eye at a time. These don't have to be as symmetrical, but it's nice to get close. Using MAC Aqua eyeshadow, I fill in the petals around the eyes. With the final embellishment of a rose crown and finished hair, we have a complete look. Zombies have a very gaunt look, so I'm exaggerating the bridge of the nose and lower eye socket with a 2-part silicone compound. The same technique can be achieved using gelatin from your kitchen cabinet. Mix equal amounts of part A and part B, never using the same applicator to remove from the jar. Once mixed, the compound will begin its curing process. You only have a few minutes of working time before it completely cures, so work quickly. Smooth out the edges to blend onto the skin. Apply latex with a sponge to areas of the face. Rip the edges of a few tissues so that the edges are irregular. While still wet, apply a single ply of tissue over the latex and apply another layer of latex on top of that. Instead of wasting sponges, since the latex sticks to itself, rip apart the sponge so you can use it again for the next layer. Next, we're going to create a rotten flesh effect. Mix oatmeal in the latex and apply sparingly. Before completely dry, pull apart pieces of the latex with tweezers to create pockets for the injuries. Apply a layer of latex over everything. Once the latex turns clear, it's time to add color to the face. I'm using airbrush for a smoother finish, but you can use grease paints or creams. Don't use white paint. Instead, opt for a pale color. With a dark grayish color, add contours to the hollows of the cheekbones, temples, and nose. The idea is for the face to look skeletal, so reference a skull. Using the Real Color palette, fill in the injuries with a mix of blue, red, and yellow. With the same palette, I'm splattering colors with a 1-inch chip brush that I've cut. To hollow out the eyes, I'm shading with the Kat Von D Shade Plus Light palette. Next, add blood to your wounds. I'm using a mix of Ben Nye Stage Blood and real blood. With the Ben Nye Decay Tooth Color, I'm painting the teeth to look rotted. Final step, add some Halloween contacts and you have a zombie.